What's happening, everybody? I'm back with the first test run of a little bit of everything hooked up now. Still don't have the headphones where we can hear each other talk and everything, but like I promised you on the other video, my brother is here now, Mr. Eric Watts.
How y'all doing?
And we're gonna be doing a little bit of everything. Right now, this being a test run of 2 people on here talking and everything. There's a few, I guess you would say, a few kind of topics that we want to get into, but one of them I really want to get into. But really the first one just is something to kind of conversate over, I guess you would say. Porche coming out with their, well, I showed you a little bit of it, but
right.
I don't know if it looks to me like Taycan.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Taycan would probably be the way they would pronounce that. But I mean, I think people could argue with how that says.
But we also say Porsche, and they say Porche.
Porsche, yeah, right.
You get your pinky finger out, and
yeah, well, I mean, my pinky finger is a slight bend here, but I mean, we ain't gonna go there. I mean,
that builds character.
Yeah, that's story for another day.
But I don't know. I just feel like in the way that I think of everything is like just the electric car thing. I guess it's from like people like me and you. We're more so into like the older way,
right?
Having that actual,
yeah, I
mechanical,
right. But see, like they got this whole, I mean, we're both from the '90s, so when we're growing up, they had this, regular ignitions,
Yeah.
And like the whole thing with the push start button, I'm not that big of a fan of.
Yeah.
Because, like,
well, you had a bad experience.
Yeah, I mean, I had a 2009 Nissan Altima, and
still beat me by a year.
2009 Nissan Altima, really good car. I don't take away from Nissan by no means, because I want an Infiniti G35 coupe, 6-speed. You know what it do, but what the experience was. The push start button went out on me, and I was actually at work when it went out, which is, I think what they say is like the most expensive part in the car, which you think would be the transmission. But
yeah,
because because it's
thing at the time
because
too,
it's a CVT transmission, where you have to shift, you can shift it manually, minus the clutch, which I totally disagree, because a clutch, I mean, you feel like a man,
you grab a gear and just
I mean, without a doubt. But
like what you're saying about that, like really, I know we're, talking about it. Then it was a big deal. Now we don't think much about it, but at the time,
right.
And like with this being an all electric car,
right?
There ain't no, or from what I know, like Tesla, all electric. I'm guessing to rival Tesla?
I mean, honestly, we'll say too. I mean, because think about it though. How long has Tesla actually been out whipping that ass?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everything you see it get up to.
Yeah.
Tesla's just been out there handing them. Yeah.
You bring Porsche's DNA into it, and like they're known for that,
right.
Down and dirty. But like, whenever you get on the inside of the car, that's where don't get me wrong, I love the Teslas. I want a Tesla, but then you see something like this, and it's like, God, just think about it. Like when. Like Mercedes and Audi and everybody else, because already my main pick for 2020 car of the year.
What's that?
The new Vet.
Oh yeah, that mid-engine.
You can take all that electric car stuff somewhere else.
Get out of here. I mean, when you start talking about Mercedes, like the only thing that comes to mind to me is I gotta have that AMG C63. I mean, come on. I mean. No, a lot of people may disagree that, hey, Mercedes is just a big waste of money, but the sound, the luxury you get with that, like, come on, like,
and if you get a stick,
you can't go wrong. I mean,
that video you sent me on Instagram when that in the middle of this,
Jesus, I mean, I'm a little Porche.
the C63, 65, 63.
It's a 63.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
I mean. You can't go wrong with the Mercedes. Now, as far as like, as fixing the car, I mean,
you got pockets for the car. You gotta have pockets too. But that's where
strongly agree.
Like that's where I'm coming from on this too. Is like electricity isn't a new concept for us. This shit's been out forever. So technically, it seems like we took the wrong route as far as like, gas-powered vehicles being the main thing, because whenever electricity and all that came out for everything, they was wanting to put it on everything, you know.
Right. I
So
mean, and
would
then
think
you
that,
have
you know, but
you
there wasn't
have
emissions and
the
everything.
Toyota Prius to blame for that.
Isn't
I mean,
that
it's-
crazy?
Yeah.
How that shit started with like a Prius, and now we up here looking at. I think this starts at. Don't quote me, but I think this starts at like 150 for a Porsche. Hey, it's got 4 seats.
$150. I wish. I wish.
I guarantee you probably. With it being Porsche, you probably can't even buy the emblem for 150 bucks. You might get a lug nut.
I mean,
you know?
maybe. I mean, for $150, I think they may crank it up for me, and I probably won't even get a chance to even.
You can ride along for a test drive.
Probably not even that. I mean, I'm that rich, so.
I was gonna say, like, even for 150 bucks, you might could pay for the gas to go around the block, but
maybe
you don't have to put gas in this. So
You're
I
right.
gotta pay a power bill to go on.
I mean,
But I don't know. I think it's good, you know, and in the big scheme of things, like especially you gotta tip the hat to Tesla for like
right.
opening the gate.
I
you know?
definitely give them props.
That's why I would look at T.I. with trap music.
Right.
Because if you look back at the facts, he had an album called Trap Music.
Right.
And then everybody else caught on. So it's like, you can't come in here and not pay respects
Right.
to what started it.
We gotta
you
make
know,
the
so-
trap back.
Oh, yeah.
Jump, I'm telling you.
Trap back, jumping.
Oh yeah.
But that was just something that was on my mind. I don't think it was released too long ago. Maybe like a week. Well, September 4th. So a little over a week ago. But anyways, that was just something that I seen. Just, you know how you get on that Facebook vortex. where
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
I mean,
start
without a
scrolling,
doubt.
going down the wormhole, and
I mean,
half the stuff you see on Facebook, you're
I
like, is it
feel
real?
right. I feel that people rely too much on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
They.
You know what? I'll be 1,000% honest with you. I don't really rely on just like Facebook or any specific app, but what I do overly indulge in the Facebook market.
Hey,
I'll be on
Facebook
that
market
bitch
be
for
jumping.
hours.
I mean, like it's definitely where it's at. But I mean, me and you have experience with trying to sell stuff on Facebook market.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't always quite go as you want it to be, as it like a previous experience. And I'm saying this because this happened this morning. All right, so this guy messaged me about some subs that I had on the market. Now, when you put your description up and you have two Memphis
already see exactly
shallow
where we're going.
mount
I
10s
already see it.
and you put up $90, but then you turn around and drop it, and then dude does not read the description. Now, for all you people that are listening out here, if you buy anything,
Don't do what this dude was doing to Eric.
if you buy something off of Facebook Market, please read the description, because I clearly put in there that I have two shallow mount Memphis 10s, which are really good 10s because I test them, I put them to the max, whatever. But this dude come across, I want to say at about 11:30, and he was asking if I had a box for it, and I'm like, bro, read the description. I put in the postage I did not have a box. So for everybody that's listening to it, please read the description. I can't stress that enough, because, I mean...
And another, not to interrupt or anything, but another thing, this is what gets on my nerves the most. If you got something for sale, I text you and ask you whatever, inquiring about what it is that you got for sale. Why would you not respond to me? I'm trying to give you money, and you don't want to. I'm sorry, but I can have a number 2 pencil on there for sale.
Right.
If you message me, you damn right, come get it.
Yeah.
I'm responding quick.
Hey,
I
let's
want
get
the
it.
money.
Like,
You know?
I will make a special trip back home for everybody who doesn't know what I do. I work on a tugboat. I work in New Orleans, Magnolia Fleet, but that's for another time.
Yeah.
But I will make a special trip back just to make sure you get what you're asking for. I mean, I want money and you want your product. So
you get to come home in that 3-hour drive.
2.5.
2.5 hour drive.
Yeah, 2.5.
That's loyalty.
Like
That's customer loyalty.
I definitely want you to have your product at like the best quality as possible. So I'm gonna make sure that I meet what I tell you. I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna do something and I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
If I'm gonna put something up, guaranteed. And if I can't make it, I'm gonna get my brother to take care of that.
I'll be
You
right there with
guarantee
it,
that.
'cause I know I'm gonna get my little cut.
Oh yeah,
Get me a
little
cut.
cut. Little what?
Ain't get no damn cutty.
You're strong ass.
But off the car stuff, another thing that really, it's weird because like you don't, whenever it's celebrities or something like that, you don't really think of it a lot. But Kevin Hart getting in the wreck that he was in, this is fairly recent, not like yesterday or nothing like that, but it's recent news. I know me being a car guy, I should get this, but I know I'm not. Old school muscle car. It's like a Charger, Challenger, something like that. I haven't. Whoa, it was a Cuda. Okay, 1970 Plymouth Cuda.
Sweet car.
Hell yeah.
Very sweet.
But he had got into a pretty serious crash. If you've seen the, well, I guess hell, I can put a picture of it up. I'm looking at a picture of Kevin beside the car now, and he just looks like the most happy, genuine guy, like we always know.
All right.
And but then you see the car after the wreck, and it really puts things like into perspective of like, it don't matter who you are, where you're from, what you do, or any of that. Like things can happen to you at any time. You
Right.
know?
I mean,
who's seen Kevin Hart getting in a car wreck?
I mean, I know I didn't. I mean,
You know?
obviously, I thought it was way too short to even,
Oh, yeah.
get hit. Hey, I'm sorry, Kevin.
Oh,
if you ever
man.
watched this, I'm sorry, but bro, you're short.
Oh,
but I
man.
love you to death. Not taking that from that. But given how the car looked, I didn't think his
No.
head would even clear the dash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Old school.
I know that's kind of fucked
Man,
up to say. I'm
what if
sorry.
he had like some little space, like some little washers up under the seat?
Right.
Kind of like that. Nah, I ain't even gonna get on that.
No.
But no, the
Watch
wreck
like
did-
stand-ups, though. I mean,
Oh,
you're
hell
the shit,
yeah.
though. You're the shit.
I'm a huge supporter of it. God, dude, look at that. Does this thing have was that a Hellcat swapped? No way.
Look like a Hellcat motor.
It looks like it. Oh, God.
I mean, it's
I'm not gonna
definitely
put,
not a
you know-
stock motor.
No,
You can
definitely.
see,
That looks like the Hellcat Supercharger, but I mean, I don't know. I want to, like I was telling y'all in the beginning of this video, is I just want to get on here and just the things that's caught my attention here recently that I haven't had a chance to really get into. We're doing a little test run and everything. I just want to bring up some topics and really, I guess, see what we need to look at and everything. Obviously, having a new car out, that's cool and all, but whenever somebody that's especially like impacted people's lives, like Kevin Hart, like this is a good dude. You can,
It really is.
Like you watch The Rock and
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
Hart
Always at
roasting
each other.
Like
Always.
that, you can tell that's two genuine dudes.
I mean, especially in the movie Jumanji.
I still ain't watched it.
You still haven't seen it?
I've seen all the
man.
all the back script and the behind the scenes stuff because like
Well,
I gotta kind of give it to The Rock.
as you
He
know,
was roasting
I mean,
Hart.
as you know, the jock
Mm-hmm.
in the movie was definitely Kevin, and the nerd was The Rock. Oh man,
Oh,
they
no.
back
You're
and forth.
that's not Jumanji. That's oh god, you talking about when The Rock
what?
is the
No, it is Jumanji.
You talking about when The Rock is
I mean Bravestone.
yeah,
That's
hang on.
Jumanji.
No, that's
Yeah,
the
welcome to
Jungle movie.
Jumanji. Yeah,
What?
yeah, it's Jumanji.
So they had two movies that was basically. I'm talking about the one where like Kevin Hart's like doing the backflip, and hang on. Let me see.
Doing a backflip. What do you mean?
Like he's the jock. Kevin
No,
Hart's
you're
the
talking about what movie is that?
Central Intelligence.
No,
That's what I'm
okay.
talking
No, I
about.
know what you're talking about in that
Yeah.
one because in Central Intelligence, he actually was like an undercover, like
Yeah,
like
that's
he was
what I thought you was
undercover.
talking
No,
about.
not that. Which is a really good movie too
Oh.
because he comes back and he ends up. I think he ends up like going to like a high school reunion and he like strips down butt naked because in the beginning.
You gotta
You know.
get the transformation from the beginning of the movie, and
Oh,
then,
yeah.
then The Rock, like The
Swole.
Rock,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we are
Like,
talking
that
about
was
The Rock.
that was cool as hell, but Definitely wish Kevin Hart a speedy recovery.
Oh, yeah.
And because I didn't know it until like just a few days ago. I was trying to look into it a little bit. He actually had like back surgery.
Yeah.
And now something that is weird on it. I listened to it was like a 911 call. Something weird happened where the wreck happened. This wreck happened.
Right.
And apparently one of Hart's bodyguards got Hart out of the car. And I think somebody else got in the driver's seat. And the bodyguard and Hart went to Hart's house. And then after they got to the house, a 911 call was made from whoever it was a female. It was made from her. And she sounded like she was out of her mind.
Like she's whacked out?
Yeah, like not cool.
Wow.
And like really just, I don't know if you'd be fuzzy like that from a wreck or what, but she was not, talking like we are now,
I mean, from an experience wrecking my
that's
car.
something that I want to get on. Not now.
Well, no,
but
that's for another day. I mean, but we're gonna get to that, and we'll put pictures up on it. But anyways, from a personal experience, when a person has a wreck, you're not gonna be all whacked out. You're gonna be lost. Your surroundings are just gonna be just like upside down. Like
I could see how you would stumble over words and stuff.
Right.
I don't know. Like that. This is serious. Yours was definitely serious too.
But maybe you could ramble a little bit because based off of your memory.
I would just have to play
anything.
I wonder.
Because I know when I wrecked,
I was just trying to see if I can actually find that.
When I had to wreck, I was like, I had so much adrenaline, going to my head, and I didn't know what to think.
Then you start hurting. Then
right. When I finally started to realize what the hell was going on, and then it set in. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. I mean, who in their right mind is gonna be calm about a situation that I had?
Yeah.
Like I said, we're not really gonna.
You're like, man, I'm fine. Everything's cool. But then once reality starts to hit you, you're probably like, oh man,
right,
something's messed up.
Right. But like I said, we're not really gonna get into it right now. That's a whole nother category of things to talk about. But with this being a test run, I don't really want it to be on the test run. But it's for anybody who has been in a wreck would completely understand.
I could pull it up and everything, but I don't really want to put it out right now because I'm not sure if I'd even pull up the right one.
Right.
But because I know it's gonna play through everything. But other than that, I do want to talk about and it's obviously far less of importance, but we definitely wish the best for Kevin Hart. I love
Indeed.
Kevin Hart.
Big ups.
Legit. And wish him and everybody. There was other people in the car too, and that's what's just so weird to me. Is like people moved seats after the wreck, but there were still people pinned in the seats where they had to like cut it up and get people out. So it's like
there's definitely two sides to every story.
Yeah.
And everybody can always
Kevin
agree
Hart,
to that.
We're probably going to get the full. I can't wait for the next special that he does. He's probably.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be a joke about something.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's possible, and he may even say something I said earlier about the video about it being so short.
Oh yeah.
You never know.
He's probably. I'm short as hell. I'm trying to drive this 650 horsepower car. I stomp on it. I don't know where I'm going.
He wasn't ready.
He was definitely not ready.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, once again, speedy recovery, and may the best be with you. Something else that I do want to talk about, though, like I said, this is random stuff that I've seen on the internet, and you see some crazy shit on the internet.
Indeed.
Well, whenever I seen this, I didn't think it was real.
Yeah, I thought it was fake too. I'm not gonna lie.
I seen this and was like, no way. With the way Samsung and like especially, I guess you could say it started like the S9 kind of series. Started to get cleaner, more refined, more like a luxury. Like I look at an iPhone as like it's beautiful. It's something that you want. It's almost like jewelry,
Indeed.
Because like it's so well built and everything. I mean, you wouldn't drop a $5,000 chain, so you don't want to drop an iPhone.
You're right. I mean, especially with the fact that most of the time that they're all glass.
Yeah, but I seen this, and I just upgraded from the Galaxy S10 Plus. I gave it to my mom, and I got the Note 10 Plus now, which is actually what we're recording on. And like with seeing the designs and everything change and get cleaned up and more refined, and the camera quality is just through the roof, because this is actually the front-facing camera on the low setting right now. So you can see how far everybody's came. I seen the iPhone 11, and I was like, this ain't no real.
Here we go.
That's not right.
Here we go.
That's not right.
Here we go.
Because like I've always had my inspiration, me being an Android guy, him being an Apple guy. I've always had my inspiration and everything as far as what I believe a phone should look like, 1000% Apple. But I like the operating system of Android. That's just to each their own. I actually went into AT&T, and I told the salesman, I was like, sell me an iPhone. And he was like, man, there's basically nothing that you can do more or less on an iPhone versus Android. They're basically two different ways to do the same thing.
Right.
You know, but I seen the iPhone 11, and the front looks basically identical to the last one. You know, the notch at the Samsung was roasting Apple.
I mean, I don't doubt
like,
it.
Did you see the families with the haircut?
Yeah.
Oh, got the notch haircut. But then like. It's not that big of a deal. They shrunk the notch a little bit. I guess they're trying to get that full screen to body ratio down. But hang on.
I mean, he's clearly he's an Android person. I'm an Apple person, and I'm gonna tell you why I like my Apple over Android. Now, I think we all can agree.
I'm definitely gonna bring it back around to why I didn't think that this was real. But I got a good feeling you got something good to say.
What I feel about an Apple is I like the Apple Music. I like that everything is remastered, and I have a lot of money invested in my iPhone, and I really do. And I look forward to getting, the new, i11 Pro, because I actually came out with two of them. Boy, hush, came out with two of them. They have the 11, then they have the 11 Pro, and like I want to get one and everything, but my iPhone is perfectly fine. Wow. With the Android, yeah, you can do a lot more things with the Android, like screen monitor your phone. You can get these movie apps, and all these different things you can do on Android. Plus, like you can probably do stuff on I think the dark market or the black market or whatever. You can get shit.
Or not Samsung. Android's a little bit more open to like, yeah, you want to lend a hand, all that's cool. Apple's more like, we gonna do our shit.
Right.
And
I like that.
I like both terms. But I feel like just because Samsung can do something damn sure don't mean that Apple can't do it.
You're
they
right.
Can definitely do it.
I mean,
they just want to make sure they take the right steps.
I'm wanting to say, and don't quote me on this, when they made the 10, they actually were getting parts from Android, like as in Samsung.
Oh yeah, the
screen, the whole face recognition, everything.
Which actually, I heard something else come out on the screen thing. I think it's in India or something like that.
Right.
That they're starting to make iPhones there, which is like it. I want to be an iPhone fan so bad because it's American company and everything.
Right.
Like I want to support that so bad, but whenever something works so good for you, you're like, because who knows who the owner or the CEO or whatever of Samsung is? I don't, and I've always been a Samsung fan.
Well, I need to get him on the phone.
But everybody
then.
knows Steve Jobs.
Oh, everybody.
Everybody. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like.
Now, honestly, can we say that Steve Jobs would have approved with having three cameras?
I think he would approve of it. He damn sure wouldn't have approved of like having the little. It looks like the square reader for like your little credit cards. It looks like they put one of them and slapped it on the back, and it's just to me like if you're Apple and you're known for your designs.
Let me pull one up right quick because I want to say it, but I don't want to sound stupid.
I just don't believe that. Like, you can't tell me they couldn't have came up with a better design. And I know it might be one of those things like, you know, whenever the new Mustang came out,
right?
We all seen pictures of it and we was like, dude, that thing looks like shit.
Okay, see, all right. So you got this right here. Why are we having a bit of a triangle, like as in like the all-seeing eye, or as in like the pyramid? Why does it have to be like that?
Honestly, they might have just done some of that for like to have y'all think about something.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
there's obviously
very big conspiracy thing going on
like,
there.
There's 2 cameras here. Like if you're gonna,
they
add
couldn't
a third
stretch
one,
it out.
Go out.
Right. They couldn't have stretched it.
You got this big block up at the corner of the screen, and it's like come on now, like y'all known for making good designs. If Ferrari comes out and puts a taillight on the,
it looks like a miniature.
You know, like that's like, what are you doing?
It looks like a miniature, like a, what is that?
Empty.
No, the block for an Apple computer, because they have the block. This square.
Oh.
Looks like a miniature fucking.
Like somebody had gum on the back of their
right.
iPhone and stuck it to them. It was like, oh,
yeah,
there
like,
it is.
Really? It's crazy.
But, I don't know. That's just not. It's a letdown for me, because like you see Samsung going through and like making these like really big changes. Like this is probably the first time that a lot of iPhone users have even looked at an Android phone, right, and be like, damn, you know, that thing's clean. You know, like,
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking away from it, because I'm an Apple fan.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the thing. I'm an Apple fan.
It looks
I'm a huge Apple fan.
Like it really looks like we're getting to be just a little desperate on that. Like, honestly,
I don't know if I would say desperate or just like not enough time was looked at it. Like, it's like, did y'all not like look at it?
I mean, but
walk down the street with this thing up on your head, and
right?
Have a rectangle with a square, you know, just stuck on there.
Yeah, like there's
a better way to design it.
I mean, yeah, there's always better ways to do things, and I feel that like there was not really a whole lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
Like you said, you pointed out, and for everybody who knows, this is an 8S Plus. And you got 2 here. Why wouldn't you just go an extra,
just come over some.
You know, just, you know, widen the phone a little bit and just put it in the same strip. I understand that. But see, even with the X, they did the camera where it's going down.
Why not?
You know,
that makes sense.
That like perfect sense. But when you go to get a case for the new phone, you got this big ass gap in.
Like
oh man!
I swear to God, and you know the new cases are gonna be way more expensive.
Oh yeah, you get your outer box. You probably gonna pay a good 120, 130 bucks for a like
a good
upscale
outer
box. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of silly in a way.
I just feel like they could have done something better. I know we've been like rolling on the whole smartphone topic for a minute, but like that's something that everybody has, and I feel like how cool would it be if like Apple, Samsung, Huawei, whoever, if they was like have like a little poll up, you know, where you could actually like say, hey, I think we should do this, you know, because my thing a while back. I don't care about having the like world's thinnest phone. Like,
no, not really.
I would much rather have a bigger battery than a super thin phone. Don't that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Why do we keep making them so thin?
You get a longer battery on it.
Yeah, I would definitely sacrifice like.
Honestly, I don't really care. Like, I mean, because people rely too much on their phones now these days.
I definitely rely on mine.
The new day era.
That Facebook market.
Yeah, but you know. They're taking away of the reason I'm having a phone.
See, dude. Okay, I'm glad you said that, because I know we're gonna burn on this topic for a minute. But like at the end of everything, when they're like so many people go and buy a phone now for things that was never meant to be.
Right.
You know, like at the end of it, it's a cell phone. Make some phone calls.
All right.
When's the last time you went and got a phone and was like, I wonder how good the call quality is? Can I hear who's on the other side? What's the speakerphone like? You know, you don't care about none of that.
Right.
You want to see what the triple X, that Brazzers movie. You want to see what that's gonna look like.
You ain't lying.
You wanna make sure,
I mean, I ain't gonna get into all of that,
that's
but
what I'm saying. Like, but like, it comes from like it was meant to make phone calls and everything, but now you got to like make phone calls. Huge battery to last all day. It charges fast as hell. You can browse the internet on this thing, Google Maps or Apple Maps, whatever it's called. You got a GPS in your pocket. You can get on the internet and, like we're doing right now, we'll upload this and we can actually talk to people that's wherever. You know, like there's so many more things that this one thing can do, and at the end of the day, it's just meant to be a phone.
Right.
You know. Like, now imagine if it was still
taken
just a
away
phone
from,
and you had to have another, you know, thing to do.
It's just it has one hell of a running start at like the way people, you know, view their daily lives.
Just imagine if your car had like aged and upgraded and things of that nature the same way that phones have. You know, like I know we're getting on like the whole self-driving thing and all that kind of stuff with Tesla, and I'm sure Porsche has something. Like the adaptive cruise, where as long as you're following somebody, it'll keep you wherever. And like, but it's at the end of the day, it's meant to be a car. But if you got a car that's turned into a spaceship and cooking you a dinner while you're going down the highway.
Well, hell, where the hell's that at? Because I want that.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
like,
my little 2-hour trip or so, 2.5 hour trip back to New Orleans and back here.
See,
if a car wants to cook me dinner and put me to bed, hey, I'm totally fine with that.
Damn right.
Hey, not knocking that.
That's what phones have went from. Because you probably remember when you had to have the caller ID, like the phone was on the wall, and then you had a cord that goes from it to like this little box. So whenever it would call, it would say whose phone number it is.
Right.
Yeah. Like there's people that's like younger than, or there's people that are older than us that don't even remember that. Like, you know, and now we take it for granted that we look on the phone and it's like your name, your phone number, where you're calling from, how close you are to us.
I mean, taking how whenever phones came out, you know, I remember when I started getting a phone, I had the big Nokia brick.
Oh yeah.
You know, but
tank.
Just thinking about where people started at, you know, if from my knowledge, it started in a phone booth. And then, you know, you got these big these big bricks in the car, you know.
Oh, dude, I was watching a Tupac documentary like last week or something. And you could, man, I wish everybody would go and watch this kind of stuff. But not just for what I'm talking about, but obviously other reasons. But I forget who the artist was, but he's a big dude. And he's in the background, Pac's in there doing his thing, like in the studio. And the camera pans around. This dude's got something that looks like a house brick with an antenna coming out of it. And he's like kicked back, like, yo, what up? You know, like with this big brick, like the battery is half the size of the phone.
Right.
You know? And it's like, God, just imagine if Pac was here
had
to
an
see
antenna
what
this
we
long?
have now. Oh yeah.
Oh
like
yeah.
Like the metal one that your mom used to like break off and chase you with.
That's
you know?
a whole new story.
That kind of stuff.
Anybody could relate to
like,
being hit with something like that.
You could hear it like whenever you pull it out.
Oh yeah, car antenna.
Oh yeah. But that was just cool to see all that kind of stuff like from then, and really was not that long ago. He died in 96. Like 96, I was 6 years old.
Me too.
When that was recorded, you know? And like now look at your phone now. Thank you, Steve Jobs, 2007 with the first iPhone. But I mean, that's the rapid acceleration of how quick everything is upgraded.
Indeed.
You know?
Indeed.
Imagine if shoes had done that. Or shirts.
They got some Nike shoes out right now that
lace themselves up the back to the shit.
I swear to God, hey.
They're like $2,000 a piece.
I mean, to the people who made Back to the Future, you the shit. You the shit. Now, y'all kind of fell off when y'all made number 3. I'm not a big fan of that, but 1 definitely.
I guess you could say the smartwatch is kind of. I mean, it's definitely better than a normal watch.
Oh, I'm definitely getting an Apple Watch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
just not an AT&T's expense. No.
No. I'm about to pay mine off. Get out from up under that bill. Get that shack.
Everybody ain't able.
Yeah. Speaking of which, congratulations to Shaq.
Oh yeah.
A
Without a doubt.
milli.
Still waiting on that.
Waiting on the freestyle.
Yeah, still waiting on that.
Definitely.
I definitely follow you. I follow everything you do, but I'm still waiting on that.
We gotta put Ja Rule in here somewhere too.
That would be pretty
We gotta
funny.
put Ja Rule. We need like Shaq. We need a little Cookie Monster over here.
Oh yeah,
Baby hit-
I'll run to the Dollar
Babysit
General
his
store and
little
get one of
badass.
those or something. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Lord Jamar, you up next. We'll put Lord Jamar in there with Ja Rule and who else? Yeah, Kim, Debbie.
Everybody.
Benzino. Yeah. Oh, just. I know there's more people. Oh, fucking Water Gun Kelly. Duh. Ski, Water Gun Kelly. That dude's career took a turn. We'll say that.
Took a turn.
But something else that I wanted to talk about, which was that's why I wanted to kind of save this for the last. We're coming up on 34. Fixed me coming up on what probably like 35 minutes or more. It's just here lately. I don't know what's been going on. We'll go back to like what, a month and a half, 2 months, something like that.
Right.
I'm not sure what has been going on. I don't know if it's like you get to a certain age and you start to like think more on your past and like people were here and now they're gone and all that kind of stuff. And it's like when it's one person, you don't really think of it. When it's two, okay, you know, well, when it starts to be like 3, 4, 5, you know, more, it's like, whoa, what is going on, you know? Well, here, we'll start back with
Artie.
And like Artie, rest in peace. And
Indeed.
like that, you was a really cool dude. Like
You really were.
He honestly, well, you already know this, but I used to be that guy with like the sagging pants and everything whenever I was in school.
Yeah, I know it, but it's hard to see.
Yeah, I used to be, you know, that guy that was walking around. Did you ever see me in the matching jumpsuits? I had
No.
a blue, a green, and I think a red one. Green jacket, white wife beater, green pants.
I seen the green.
Yeah, that was me. Well, Artie was kind of like that same kind of dude. Like to me, he looked like an Eminem. You know, and
Right.
didn't give a shit what anybody else thought. But
No,
like,
he was just a very outstanding, you know, very outspoken person.
Yes, and like he was just a good dude. Like now after high school, we kind of, you know, lost touch and everything. But like I still remember like those type of moments. Like he made me feel comfortable because like me and him
Right.
like, you know, connected on that, I guess you would say.
Right. I
And,
mean, I got into a fight with him with 2 other guys. You know, they thought they was gonna jump on him, and at the time, Artie was like a really good friend of mine. So I mean, I'm with that. So these hands are for rent.
especially in high school.
For real, like, I mean, too much testosterone. Too much. It's just a lot going on there.
But
I stood up for him. You know, he was a good dude. Everybody has their downfalls in life. You know, as everybody knows, that life definitely throws a curveball, and it's up to you if you want to swing at it. And you know, some people only get so far, as in like how he started. You know, the topic with, you know, as you get older, you start kind of realizing things, and it's.
And there's
you
a
can
lot
be
of
here
stuff
one
in
day
it.
and gone.
There's a lot of stuff in that too. That like my message or whatever that I would say is like, I feel like people in general, like they just think they got so much time. You know, you just think like, oh well, yeah, I can call that dude or whatever, but like, I'll just wait till next week, you know, or next month. Well, he's supposed to, his birthday party's in 2 months. We're gonna go do that, you know. I'll let him know how I feel then. You never know. And it's not that I wish death upon me or upon anyone, but I'm just that's just the realness of it. Like after we leave here, who knows what might happen, you know?
I mean,
but
he not ever promised, you know, a day. It's just, it's just like counting your blessings.
It's like Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
He made it through it. Hell yeah. You know, we're going to support that. But what if he wouldn't have? You know?
Yeah, I mean,
that's real. That's going to impact.
If he wouldn't have,
people,
did
millions
he
of people.
did he really fulfill what he wanted in life?
That's That's why I do my thing the way that I do it is I live 100% in the moment. I'm gonna make the best of whatever moment it is that I got right now. But I don't plan for any kind of like immediate future. I plan for like the next 5-10 years down the road. And whenever I'm planning for that, that gives me like that goal or that deadline or that like dot on the map that I'm looking for. So now I know like that's the way that I'm going. So I'm gonna make every day count to try and get to that step. But I wish a lot more people would actually think of things in that way, because it's starting to be like it's starting to get a lot closer to home, you know. And I know random stuff happens and little coincidences and all that kind of stuff. But like, look, from high school, you know, I know we're gonna miss some, but definitely one that was huge for me, Dustin White, great dude, you know, and like utmost respect, and Caleb Gilmore.
Yeah,
that's tough.
I had actually forgot that that had happened to him. Oh,
Tanner Phillips.
Whatever happened? What happened to Tanner?
I'm really not that sure on exactly what had happened. I wasn't that close to him, but I was in the drumline, and
we both went to school with him and everything.
He was in the band and all that kind of stuff.
But you know, some things sometimes are best left unsaid.
Yeah,
you know,
that's why that's me. Like, I dealt with death at a very young age, so I like whenever I know that someone's going through something, I don't go digging. You know, like if it was anything of my business, I would be called. You know,
right?
And like whenever Dustin passed away, I got the call. You know, so that was my business. You know, but like just from there, you start to really think about it of like, man, like really what we want to lead this podcast up to and everything is like, we're going to have Eric on here tell his life story from like, I mean, I guess you're not going to have every memory of your whole life.
Oh, no,
you know,
no.
From where you was born, all that kind of stuff, all the way up to present day of what you know.
Right.
And God forbid, whenever it happens, but we both know we're not going to be here forever.
No.
And that nobody is. But that'll give, like, your sons,
for sure,
whenever you pass away,
something to look back on.
They can reflect on that and be like, how did Dad handle this problem? They can look at that, get something from it, or like see you laugh or smile, or like say something about how you handled an altercation.
Right.
Or what was like what you did and what you should have done. You know, that like whether you're here or not, like this video is gonna be here. You know, so like then you know. That's what we're going to take everything to, with multiple people. You know?
Yeah, we're definitely not going to talk too much on the subject, because that's a whole nother set or whatever. Because I mean there's just so much that we could put in that.
Oh yeah. That's the way I feel about the more recent news. Was like we had a friend that I didn't really know her too much, but I mean I did know her. And what, 3 days, 4 days before she had passed away?
2 days.
2 days?
Because I got back on a boat 2 days later.
2 days before she had passed away, she was sitting in here in the podcast studio and everything, and was just like, you could tell she was going through some things. She just wanted to talk, get some positive, reinforcement, I guess you would say. She was telling us she was fixing to move, wanted a new beginning. Wanted to kind of know on how to think on things whenever she, what to start up with. We was just giving her advice and everything. Then, lo and behold, what'd you say? 2 days later?
Yeah, 2 days later. I was back on. I was in New Orleans, and I had got a call from like both our classmate, Jaleesa, who
shout out.
Shout out. Definitely hit me up and was asking me all these questions about what had happened to Shayna, and I kept the conversation very short.
That's a crazy phone call to receive.
Yeah, I mean it really is.
I was just talking to her,
and I had told her that I had picked her up 2 days prior, and then we talked and just trying to get her head straight, and then she hits me with everybody on Facebook's talking about RIP.
Oh,
and the room started spinning. Not gonna lie, because like that's the second time that I actually been you know, been around somebody and then they're gone, you know, and it's crazy, you know.
And that's what was crazy to me about whenever you called me and told me. It's one of those things whenever you get that kind of news, you're like, shut up.
Right.
I know. Same thing with Artie. Like, you called me and told me about Artie, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
That don't even make sense in my world, you know? But then I come into work and, like, right here at the podcast studio, and I'm looking at the stairs that she was sitting at 2 days ago.
Right.
It's like, that's where I'm coming from with this, is like, if we would have just had all this set up and ready, like, you know what? Let's go up here and record a podcast. I want to know your life story.
Let's get a set
like,
in.
we normal people.
Right.
We can have them crazy-ass stories that celebrities can't have and get away with.
Right.
You know? So just, like, lay it all out. Let me know. And then 2 days later, you really think I wouldn't, like, really look at that and, like, cherish that? Her family could look back at that and, you know, laugh and be like, damn, she was going through this or whatever.
So many
See how
mixed,
she felt, you know?
so many mixed emotions about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's oh, man, it's crazy.
It's like you can still hear the echoes, like, in this room where...
Yeah,
you know,
like...
it's crazy.
It's crazy, man. What I do want to leave, because I mean, it's actually kind of really sensitive to me right now. What I do want to leave with on the topic is, man, if you having a hard time with something and you're not really sure how to go about it, like I said, we're gonna post this up. You may not know me, and I may not know you, but you can reach out. Yeah, you can reach out over, you know, comment below or whatever, and if you have any questions about something, I will be more than happy to you know, to connect with you and, you know, and try to find ways to help you get through, you know, your prior situation. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but all I have is what my previous experience are as far as my life goes, and I'm 29. And so I've had a lot go on in my life. But like I said, that's for a whole nother session. And, you know, if you are a little bit on the shy side and you don't want to respond to, you know, this video about any of your problems because you don't know me, and that's cool. It's totally understandable.
Just find somebody.
Find somebody and talk to them.
To offer the hand. You know?
Right.
Like,
and, but
there's only positivity over here. Like,
right.
I do not accept negativity.
Indeed, and I mean, and that's what we try to put out there. But on another note, like I said, if you don't want to reach out and tell me what your problems are, it's completely understandable. That's your personal life, and you want to wait until I put my life out there on the set, and then you can.
Because don't get it twisted, we're on the spot too.
Right,
you
definitely
know,
on the spot.
We're definitely on the hot seat, pretty much more than anybody.
Right, and you know, if you want to wait till I put my life story out, and you want to know the stuff that I have been through, and then if you want to find some ways to try to, you know, see where we have common interests, and then you want to say something, I'm totally fine with that.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, man, life is entirely too short, and you know, our motto is YOLO, because you only live once.
Oh yeah.
And man,
get that Carpe Diem in there too.
Indeed, you know, 143. You know, loyalty. If you have somebody that you are extremely loyal to, be that. You know,
be that and let them know.
You know,
that's the thing for me. Like
right.
I'm not gonna go in on this one too much because this one's close. But this is what we're telling y'all is like, I don't know if we're just going through a funk or like there's a phase or something or whatever. But like, there's been multiple just this year, multiple funerals, and we don't talk to a lot of people.
Right.
I don't have like some huge following of people that I'm extremely close to. Like I got a handful of people.
But to all the people,
you know,
but to all the people that we do know but we don't talk to, it's not because we don't like you or nothing like that. It's just, you know, life as of right now is. But anybody can agree, it's completely a handful, you know. Like I said,
to approach.
Right. I mean, this is everything, you know, and you have to know how to, you know, how to respond, you know, not being so quick to react to things. Sit back and you know, just check the scene out. Like, you know, people are so quick to react and not sitting back and acknowledging anything. Yep. And when you react too fast and you get the wrong you give out the wrong impressions.
That's the same thing of like if you're not happy with your results, like you got to change something about you.
Right,
and
then
your results.
Right,
your action.
Strongly agree.
This result.
Strongly agree.
So if you don't like the results you're in, the way you're living, your paycheck, the friends you got, how you're being treated, whatever. If you don't like those, that's your results. Right. Change something about you, and then your results are going to change.
Right.
Stop looking outside to be like, oh man, I wish I could do this. Like that, you still got the root cause.
Stop thinking about what's inside the box or think outside of the box.
Like you're not going to grow unless you're outside of the comfort zone.
A very big thing though, and I got my brother to think on this one, is life starts outside of your comfort zone. If it wasn't for my brother here, I wouldn't have went and got on a tugboat completely uncomfortable. He helped me push me through it. It's like my life coach. And
I like to be the life coach.
Indeed. And he coached me through that, and I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for my brother. And big ups on that one.
Shit, I greatly appreciate that.
It's just
that's like, don't that make you think though of like this is one of the last, like, I guess you'd say, like, emotional topics that I would really like to touch on and everything, because I feel like everybody needs their own spotlight for this. Like, you can't just run off a few names and be like, yeah, whatever, and like it don't feel as touching. But Ryan Parker, like that,
good dude, that was, crazy, man, but he good dude, really good dude,
man, to the bones.
I know,
to the bones,
to the core, man. For real.
Like that dude. And it's not like a fact that I had thousands of memories with him or anything, but the memories that I did have, genuine, up front. And hey, if you was wrong, he'd tell you how he felt.
Oh yeah, he was outspoken for sure. He was very outspoken.
But definitely, like, to catch everybody up, because obviously this is gonna reach people that don't know the story.
Right.
Shayna Hanks had passed away. And was it 12 or 24 hours later?
It was 12 hours later.
12 hours later, almost to the dot, Ryan passed away. And these are people that, like, we knew, we had shared plenty of conversations with and everything, and it just makes you feel like at one point you get to the point of like, what? And then Artie, earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And all the other people that's passed away and everything. It's like, what is going on?
It's like
you feel like you're under attack.
Yeah, like you got this whole spell that's just like...
It feels like something's around.
Right. It's like you got this death spell.
And the causes of everything is completely different on everybody. Everything's completely different. But, like, definitely a huge, like, all of the support to the Parker family, Ryan's family, friends.
For sure.
Everything. And I know I haven't necessarily like met Mom. I know I met Pops of Ryan, but
Mom's cool as a fan. I
cool
love that
as a
woman.
Cucumber.
Indeed. But, love Mama. As far as Ronnie goes,
I gotta get me a shirt.
Nothing but love there. He truly will be missed. Godspeed. Definitely. In all bold letters, Godspeed.
That's one thing that I just like. That's just what I think on with this podcast and everything is like I was saying with Shayna, like if we could have got Ryan up here, this has been almost an hour that we've been up here. Could you imagine having one more hour of Ryan that you haven't seen before? Or even if you have seen it 1,000 times, you can still replay that. He's still like, see him laugh, see him tell a story. His 3 kids, whenever they grow up, they can see that.
He was a character. That's for sure. He liked to race. He was all about the Mustang.
Yeah. I got to hear about it every time I pull up in the Camaro. You gonna run that Camaro?
Yeah. I don't know. When you take that bottle out, we can do this.
That's when we can talk about something.
I had the pleasure of watching it run quite a few times. Not because I didn't want to be around. It's just life. As we all know,
when you work like you do,
right,
you barely hear any. We're lucky to squeeze this in.
Right. I'm only in town for 7 days, and I'm gone for 2 weeks at a time. It's just
that's kind of like
the
point that I think we're trying to make too, though. Is like even if you have that crazy work schedule, it don't have to be anything of like showing up and having a barbecue or like going out and spending money or going to the bar. Like just call somebody Call somebody,
Right.
catch up with them. Hey, what you been doing? You know, what are you going through? Whatever. Like, call, check up on just people in general. People that you know. You don't have to be best friends with them or nothing like that. Just like, we all not going to be here one day.
Man, reach out. What my brother's trying to say is that reach out and touch somebody. I mean, you don't know what that person is going through. Like I said, you hear it one day and then you're gone the next. I'm actually pretty lucky to still be here, giving everything that has happened, you know, and like, man, just reach out and touch somebody. I mean, you ain't gotta be besties with them or any of that, but if you know somebody's going through a struggle and you want to try to help them, do that, you know. But don't put yourself in a bind. Just let that person know, like, hey, if you need something, I'll help you as much as I can without putting myself in a bind. And just go with that. But man, there's so much bullying going on around here now these days, and people forget that you're a human just like the person that's going through a struggle.
1000%.
And as soon as people understand that, like, you're only human like the other person is human, then things will be a lot better. Now, some people are raised different, and you know, it's
especially this younger generation.
Right. People are just so damn disrespectful.
You really, like, if you would have said one or two things, pick any phrase that some younger generation kid says to their parents now. If you would have said that to your parents or my mom,
like, let's see.
You get your ass knocked off the porch and chased.
What's something that I would have had said to my mom that would have really lit a fire on her ass? I remember one just like the other day. I'm a bigger guy now, and my brothers and sisters are small. They're skinny just like her. My mom is itty bitty, but she'd knock the fire off one of my ass any day. But
okay, hang on. I want to run this down. Okay, you and your mom's in an argument.
Right. At a younger age now.
Okay, well, let's set the age. Uh-oh. Something just happened on the phone. I don't know what it was. I'm going to still write it out there. I don't know what it is. But, 13.
13, okay.
Okay.
That's a good number. That's a good number.
And you and mom's arguing. You give her the finger. What's going to happen?
I mean,
you didn't even say nothing.
Like,
you didn't even say nothing to her. You give her the finger.
I throw her the finger, and she's not even gonna react to it. She's just gonna, bam. Before you know it, like, I felt like my whole bottom jaw was just dislocated.
Yeah.
Like, mom was a G. Mom was a G. She didn't take no shit from nobody. But on that, when I go back and think about something that I did that I wish I wouldn't have done, Mama would hit me with anything she can get her hands on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Extension cord. Everybody who knows about them skinny ass sticks.
Oh,
they hurt.
Sometimes
it's best to get the biggest stick.
Oh yeah, my biggest thing was the paint stirrers, not the small ones, but the ones that was like this.
Mama went to hit me with the belt, leather belt, always the best. She went to hit me with a belt, and she hit me with it, and I looked at her and laughed.
Oh,
and I swear to God, like, bro, like, all right, so she hit me with the belt, and I looked at her, and I laughed, and then I took off running. I was like, "You can't catch me." And she was like,
God. "You gotta sleep somewhere."
She was like, "Yeah, you'll be back. Yeah. You'll be back.
You get hungry."
And like, when I walked up in the house, she waited on me, and she was like, "So you want to laugh?" And then, dude, she hit me with the rings on her finger. She punched me in the middle of the chest, laid into me.
But you learned a lot. You learned not to laugh.
Bro, my chest didn't hurt. I had never had a chest hurt that bad. Rings embedded in your chest does not feel good.
Yeah, that's growing up in the dirty South. You're going to learn somehow.
Oh,
you might get big, but I can break your ass down.
Indeed, indeed.
But I think we're about to wrap this one up. We're at 57. It's probably right at an hour on this one.
Yeah, so I would definitely say about an hour.
This was just our, pretty much a test run to get comfortable with everything, see how everything's operating and everything. I can only imagine when we actually dive off into a real podcast talking on your life story.
Yeah,
that's gonna be one of them.
Definitely want to be up to speed.
We might could do that as a like a trilogy thing.
Right.
It's like 3 different,
Right.
something like that, to where it's part 1, part 2, part 3. Because I don't think anybody's gonna want to really watch something for 3 full hours straight.
No. We'll just break off half, like part 1 and part 2 and 3. But for everybody,
we're not gonna skip out on no details.
Right. But for everybody who tuned in, greatly appreciate it. The love and everything, and we'll see you next time.
Most certainly, and to all the families and everything that's affected by the people that have passed away this year and everything, much love. Definitely shout out Ryan and Shayna, Artie. What was the other guy the other day? Robertson.
Oh, Justin Robertson.
I didn't know. Like, I probably did know you, but I got to pull up a picture and everything to see where I knew you from and everything.
All right.
But definitely shout out to his family too. We definitely wish you all the best of everything, and just reach out to somebody. Sit down, have a conversation. I know it's a crazy ass world now. Everything's moving 90,000 miles per hour.
That fast life.
But that phone works 2 ways.
It really does.
And I hate it whenever the pressure's put on me to make the call. But just grit your teeth, sit down, have a conversation with somebody. You will not regret it. I promise. But I'm glad y'all got to meet my brother, Eric Watts, and I think we're fixing to shut this thing down. Hopefully, we might do another one or a reaction. I can't wait to do a reaction.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun.
All right, well, it's 33 degrees, and we out. Deuces.